Hey, what's up guys, Bluswept here with another Rainbow Six Siege video. Today we're just going to be going over some possible attacking equipment that would be possibly released in future DLCs with future DLC operators in Year 2 Rainbow Six Siege. Now obviously we don't know that there actually are going to be expansions in Year 2, but I know people will probably still be playing the game competitively, especially it's a huge game that I expect there will be more DLCs, future DLCs, especially since Ubisoft is referring to it as Year 1. So if they're referring to it as Year 1, obviously there's going to be something called Year 2. Hopefully there is, because I do really enjoy this game, as you guys know already. Now, about the last DLC of this year, it's going to be Japan. If that leaked, it was kind of a timeline that showed what operators would be released when. And so far it's been accurate. Everything's been about a month off. That's because Ubisoft released Black Ice kind of late than they planned to. So everything got thrown off by about a month. But so far all of the CTUs that were on the leaked chart have been released, so I expect that's a very accurate chart. So if that's to say, then we're going to have some Japanese operators in October or November, unsure when. We'll probably hear an announcement by October at least. We don't know what equipment they're going to have or what guns they're going to have. But let's just go over some possibilities for Year 2 equipment, and maybe even these operators have them, we don't know yet. So first off, I have somewhat sort of attacking Rook. Now, if you guys don't know what Rook is a defensive operator that can put down armor plates, and he basically gives his friendlies extra armor. Now, of course, attackers can use this armor if they get to it while there's still an armor plate in there. But the great thing about this is we could somehow utilize that for attacking. Not maybe adding defensive, but maybe adding, extra bullets and stuff like that. If you guys haven't played a lot of Terrorist Hunt, you might not know that there is actually ammo bags in Terrorist Hunt that you can go around the map and pick up. I imagine an operator with something like this that he can just drop down on the ground like Rook does, open up and let his teammates ramble through it. Of course, there would be a maximum limit of 5 times that the box can be hit, so that limits the amount of time that people go back to that box to hit the box for ammo. Now, it wouldn't replenish stuff like operator equipment, like it wouldn't replenish Ash's breaching charges, thermite charges, but it would replenish bullets and like standard grenades, standard breaching charges. Stuff that wouldn't normally have a huge impact on the game, so, stun grenades, stuff like that. Not game-changing stuff, but standard stuff that most all operators already have anyways. You get 2 grenades with Buck. Any operator that has frag grenades gets 2 frag grenades, 2 breach charges, So you could replenish those with this ammo bag, but you can only get one whatever it is, grenades. You only get 1 grenade, 1 breaching charge, 1 stun grenade every time you hit the bag. So, that would limit the amount of times that people hit the bag, especially if there's only 5 times the bag can be hit, just like Rook's. Armor bag can only be hit 5 times. If you go down for revive, even if you've already hit the bag, you can still hit it again to get extra armor. So the ammo bag would be something similar. Of course, it would also add a bit of tactical bullion. I don't know if that would be the right term to use with it, but it basically, you would have to hold down the button. You wouldn't be able to shoot during that time that you hold down the button. You'd have to let go if you shoot. So you would have to be very tactical about where you put it. So that could be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. So it would be really interesting. I would honestly really like to see this implemented into the game, especially since ammo boxes are not only already in the model for the game, or that's already been modeled in the game, but also you have the ability to take ammo from the ammo box already programmed in the game. So it would just be easy to put that onto an attacker and send them in. And so any extra stuff that needs to be got, it could give it an advantage, could give a disadvantage. We might see, we might not. Hopefully that's something we're going to see in the future, because I would really like that to be a thing. So moving on though to our next attacker, we have sort of a black hat operator. He can take over cameras and operator equipment like shock wires that are electronic based. Obviously not too many attackers have electronic equipment. Cap can, mute. Some operators do, most operators have stuff that don't. So this could mean you could take over black eye cameras as well as the regular standard cameras that are already in there. This could be an advantage, but it could be an advantage for attackers, but also there has to be a way that maybe the defenders can take it back. I don't know, and there's also got to be a way to discern whether your teammate has the camera. Maybe the light on the camera could change colors based on who has the camera. Maybe team colors or something different. I don't know. Because, you know, your first instinct is to go around shooting out cameras. Well, you don't want to do that if it's one of your cameras. So possibly some way to implement that into the game where you could see if it was your camera or not. Of course, a lot of communication would be necessary for that to work, stuff like that, but I definitely think it could be a great advantage towards the attackers and maybe turn the tides a little bit if something is going wrong. You could check cameras like you would do on defending side, see if anyone's running down the hallway, and mark people and stuff like that, because drones, most of the time, unless you put them in a really good place, get shot out. So this would be a great way to kind of help that with maybe instead of tossing a drone, maybe not give that attacker any drones at all. Just give him the ability to hack maybe 2 or 3 electronics. So he's not obviously taking over all the cameras in the map, just 1, 2, or 3. But he also can take over jammers and shock wires, stuff like that. Especially like if an operator's... If a defending operator, this would be a great usage of it, if a defending operator is sitting against a shock wired wall, obviously you're not going to get hurt if you're on the side that has the shock wire, but if you were able to hack it, you know, hacking would have to be a direct line of sight if you're using something like a black hat gun, but obviously it's not really realistic, so you maybe actually have to get up close to it. But if you were to hack it and an opposing operator touched that wall, they would get shocked, even though it's on their side. Now, finally, I was actually looking through some of the current operators right now. This is a new idea, but maybe an attacking operator with a grenade launcher. Now, I know you're going to say that, you know, you have Ash's breaching rounds. That could technically be counted as a grenade launcher, but not really. Yes, it is styled after a grenade launcher, but it doesn't. If it doesn't hit something that it can, if it doesn't hit something that can explode, it doesn't explode. Like, yeah, it'll explode if it's a wooden wall or stuff like that, but if it hits something that doesn't explode, it doesn't explode. And there would be a difference between a grenade launcher and a remote breaching charge. Obviously, you can shoot the remote breaching charge, it waits and it explodes. Grenade launchers shoot the grenade similar to the remote breaching charge, but it'll explode no matter where it hits. This would definitely be a great thing to use. I know, like, kind of like the China Lake, or, you know, if you've played Battlefield, those sort of grenade launchers. Something I would definitely like to see implemented into the game. And maybe, you know, give that operator maybe stun grenades or something else to compensate for him having somewhat of a frag grenade breaching charge. But if you guys have any ideas for defensive operators, I would love it if you guys actually drop that in the comments below. I'll read them off on the next video. And you guys, I'll call you out on it. I'll read off your comments. I'll take screenshots of them and, you know, mention your name in the video if your operator is chosen to be put in that video. But I'm interested to see what you guys would like to see in this game. Also, if you want to drop your ideas for attacking operators down below, I might make a second video if I have enough ideas. But, you know, just let me know what you guys want. I'll make my best effort to listen to the ideas. And maybe I'll even forward them off to Ubisoft. I don't have any direct contact with Ubisoft, but I might, you know, send them a message on Twitter or something. Send them this link to this video or the next video or the video after that. You know, just drop them down below, guys. And thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and give a thumbs up if you actually liked what I talked about here. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Comment down below what you guys think, you know, opinions, what you guys want to see in this game, updates, map changes, stuff like that, you know. Of course, right now you guys know there's this IQ glitch going on. I definitely want them to fix that, but drop everything down there and I will read them off. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the cyber side. Peace.